Previously, Pink took off his pants and learned all there is to learn about English hookahs. Today, he hits Egypt.
This is a scorpion. It's got a nasty sting, but probably not quite strong enough to kill a person. This is an Arabian camel. The fatty hump on its back keeps it cool. Its long eyelashes keep sand out of its eyes and make it look rather pretty too.
You can't really see them in the picture. Okay, what does the encyclopedia say? This is a general overview of Egypt's geography, climate, and the animals surviving in desert conditions.
This is a camel. Not famous for being thirsty, it can drink up to 30 gallons of water at one time.
We've all been there. And apparently, clicking on the camel teaches us about the Great Pyramid. No, the pyramids in the background, you can't click on those. They are the background. They point out that the pyramids are really old. Even in what we consider the ancient world today, the pyramids were considered ancient.
This is a pony. Ponies are small horses, and most have 4 legs.
I beg your pardon? It is true, just a bit sudden.
This is a camel. Not famous for being... This is...
I can't right-click on the man in the scene, so let's left-click.
What's with the 3 legs?
She cut herself shaving. But I tell you, that one leg in the front is like iron.
Quite a backstory.
I need to find the mouth of the Nile.
Lucy will tell you that's me. Get your camels here! The only way to get away is sand too hot to walk, my friends. Try a 4-legged companion. I'm crazy. I'm the mouth of the Nile and I will make a nice deal for you. Today only.
That's very funny. I'm looking for a girl.
Aren't we all, my friend? Aren't we all? Bring her a souvenir. She will never forget you. How about this one? My panther went to Egypt and all he brought me was this crummy t-shirt.
Yikes! What's that?
Probably a sand mummy.
A sand mummy?
Don't you know anything about mummification?
Now, the ancient Egyptians had a way to preserve a body for the afterlife. Embalming a body was the way to begin, and for that you need a ritual nerve. Yeah. Make a decision, pull out the organs, so the body is salt, not tears. Wrapping bandages tight, it'll keep overnight. Matter of fact, it should keep for 2,000 years. Yeah. Mummification is a preservation of a body that's no longer alive. You dry out the skin, then you remove what's within. Then you're ready for the afterlife. Hey. A master mummy model with a well-preserved tomb belonged to the young King Tut. In 1922, an excavation went through. A Brit named Howard Carter found his underground hut. When making a mummy, you need a clean shell. Scoop the brains through the nose. That's the best way, I suppose. A mummy mask, part of the burial task, can be made to resemble a young fellow's face. Mummification is the preservation of a body that's no longer alive. You dry out the skin, then you remove what's
Some mummies are mummified with a procedure called embalming. That's what the ancient Egyptians did. But there are other kinds of naturally preserved mummies, like sand mummies.
So, if you just drop a body in the sand, it mummifies naturally?
Yep.
Yeesh!
Technically, any dead body that still has skin on it is a mummy.
Where did you learn so much about this?
From my mummy.
Thanks for the lesson, Mouth. I guess I better get out of here before I mummify.
Mummification is a... Oh, the game's back. Let's continue.
Could I borrow one of your camels? I need to get to the banks of the Nile.
Not for nothing you can't. The camel ride will cost you. I'm a businessman. I live to sell. I sell to live. I have a three-legged pony to provide for, and I haven't even had lunch today. I'm crazy.
Well, fine. I'll just find my own way there.
Mouth, I really need help finding this little girl I'm looking for. I have got to get to the banks of the Nile.
I'll help you.
Oh, what a relief! Thanks.
All you have to do is feed me. I'm starved. All you have to do is feed me. I'm starved.
I don't have any food in my inventory, and he's unlikely to fancy a scorpion, so let's go somewhere else.
Who loves the tourist, baby? Mouth does. Make a nice deal today only. The heat must have got me. Stop me, Lucy. I'm crazy.
This is a kebab stand. It sells spicy meat on a stick, broiled over charcoal. A popular meat in Egypt is lamb, baby sheep.
And here is something about lamb. I'm not a big fan of lamb, but I gotta admit that picture, with the grilled meats and the grilled vegetables and some rice, is kinda mouth-watering.
This is a shisha. It's a water pipe for smoking tobacco, but it won't fit in your pocket like a pack of cigarettes.
The game did come out before the vape epidemic. Let's learn about the cafes in Egypt. Apparently there's some kind of social club and a favorite evening pastime. And they also offer a few words for ordering the coffee with the right degree of sweetness. Yes, because apparently in Egypt, coffee is sweetened in the pot, not in a cup. I wonder why. What's the origin of this tradition? Were people stealing sugar, or is sweetening coffee some kind of ritual the owner of the house must do?
This is Chione's father. He's an ambassador.
I'm sorry, if he's an ambassador of Egypt, what's he doing in Egypt? According to this, people in Egypt live in large families, listen to their elders, and even though their houses may look shabby on the outside, on the inside, they're usually pretty cozy and neat. What else is there? Children are usually cherished, but are given adult chores and some freedom at an early age. And it says here that Egypt is a country that loves practical jokes. Really? Game, you can't just say that and not provide any examples. What are Egyptian practical jokes? Is it the driving style? Okay, that is pretty amusing. The recent revolution? Nobody was laughing at that. Anyway, this massive piece tells us about marriages which are frequently arranged by the parents, and the weddings which frequently turn out to be big celebrations, and also favorite Egyptian pastimes, such as haggling in the markets. That is a skill Pink should pick up immediately, because he has to get some food with no money.
This is Chione's father. This is Chione's father. He's an
That is not Chione's father, unless she has two. It's possible, I suppose.
This is a rug vendor. Many of his carpets are only big enough to prey on. None of them fly, but they all lie.
That's the problem with carpets. They always lie. Now let's learn about the Arabic language. No, I used to learn it. Well, we had a neighbor from Morocco who was tutoring me decades ago. I don't remember anything from that time, except that the Moroccans are very proud that when they go to the beach, they don't swim in some sea. They swim in the Atlantic Ocean. And this one is about Egypt's many people, the closely knit communities united by common street or by common religion. And there are also Nubians, who are a people of their own, and the Bedouins, who are really good at being nomads in the desert. Oh my god, run! It's the Copts! Yeah, so Copts, Egyptian Christians. The article obviously doesn't say it, but they've been facing some pretty serious persecution over the past few years. And yet I believe it was their language, not Arabic, that helped linguists to reconstruct and restore the language of the ancient Egypt. Fewer than half of Egyptians can read or write, and only 1 kid out of 5 goes into high school. Wow. And to promote higher education, Egyptian government used to guarantee all college graduates a job in the government or some government-owned company, which made Egyptian government huge and hilariously inefficient. But still, there is a lot of unemployment, and the economy is weighed down by all the military spending. Does Egypt still have an economy now?
This is a brass vendor. Brass is a metal made by mixing zinc with copper in a very hot place.
Like what? The sun? You see that wall? I can interact with it for some reason. Let's see what happens.
Should we send Chione a little care package? Maybe a piece of jewelry.
The director of Camp Frilly Cha-Cha asked us not to send anything other than letters.
We could send it in a letter.
Your daughter is away at camp?
Yeah, she's away. Thank goodness. She is a handful.
She's 2 handfuls.
Always boating to a farming village in Upper Egypt, no matter how many times I ask her not to bother people working. It's the sake she loves. Always begging to drive the ox.
It's no way for a little girl to behave.
Have you heard from her? I mean, is she enjoying herself at camp?
We expect to hear from her today.
I see. Well, best of luck. I hope she's having fun.
So we know she's escaped the camp, but she hasn't returned to her parents yet.
Kebab?
No Pink Panther, but if I run into Kebab, I'll tell him you're looking for him.
Funny. Try kebab. Lamb or beef? Tahini or no?
I don't have any money.
But you have a lovely pink smile, and my heart cannot say no. Say, why don't we barter? You get me, say, a rug, and I'll give you the grub.
I'll see what I can do.
Trading quest, go!
Assalamu alaikum. Colorful carpet, not too dusty.
Does it fly?
That cost extra.
Well, it's not for me, it's for a friend.
Who?
The kebab vendor.
Oh, Fatouche. He's been trying to get a rug to sit on for weeks. You tell Fatouche he can have that rug for that cup of coffee he was supposed to treat me to.
I thought we had a deal. Rug for the grub.
So we'll need to source coffee some way. Those 2 guys are drinking coffee.
Do you know a girl named Chione?
No.
Ask the owner. He knows everyone.
Do you know a girl named Chione?
Strombone? Crazy one-eyed Strombone? Please, sit and have coffee with me. Tell me your story about Strombone. Crazy Strombone. It's been years. Ziada, masputa, or sada?
Sorry?
Sweet, medium, or bitter?
Sweet, medium, or bitter what?
Coffee! How do you like it? Sweet, medium, or bitter?
Oh, sweet.
Ziada, 2!
Decaf, if you have.
So tell me, when did you first meet Strombone?
Ooh, is this a funny story? Okay, Stromboni and I first met, I think it was... Actually, I haven't really met Stromboni per se. I mean, I have heard stories about Stromboni, but this is gonna be our first real meeting. You know what I mean?
So you don't know Stromboni?
No. Who do any of us really know?
I know Stromboni.
Well, I think you misunderstood me. I said I was looking for Chione.
I don't know her.
That's okay. Well, thanks for the coffee. Yeah, delicious.
And that, children, is how you get free coffee in Egypt.
Fresh coffee from Fatouche?
Sensational! What kind of rug would Tushy like? I have every style, every shape, every fabric, every size, everything!
Everything?
Absolutely everything!
Okay, how about a pink panther skin rug? Hey!
What? It's synthetic! Rugs!
Did he say drugs?
Rugs!
Let's hope this gets us a kebab.
This may sound like a silly question, but...
Do I have a magic lamp? You just saw Aladdin, and you're looking for your very own genie, complete with a name, voice, talent. Welcome to reality. There's no 3 wishes. There's no Robbie Williams. There's plain brass pots and hot sun. What can I get you?
Nothing. Thanks.
Cynic.
It's true. There is no Robin Williams.
Brass here. Brassy brass. Brass of brass.
Not sure where they were going with that line. Let's get our kebab.
Well, here's your rug. I hope you like it.
And now for your grub.
Oh, and the rug vendor says he'll buy you a cup of coffee next.
Only 1 freebie per customer.
Rugs!
Do you know a girl named Chione?
Nice to see you again. Ask the owner. He knows.
I only serve friends of Stromboni.
Isn't it pretty bad for business?
Salam!
I've got a kebab.
10 kebab. 8 kebab.
I only have 1.
7 kebabs.
I only have 1.
6 kebabs, my final offer.
I only have 1.
Sold! You drive a hard bargain, Panther. You're lucky I'm hypoglycemic. Give me the grub. Okay, that was somewhat delicious. Now get me a rug, and we'll be on our way.
A rug?
My camel's hump has been sitting in the hot sun all day. You can't expect me to ride on it bare. Ma'asal salama, Pink. That means so long. My camel's hump has been sitting in the hot sun all day. You can't expect me to ride on it bare. Ma'asal salama.
This guy is a pretty good depiction of an Egyptian tourist trap peddler. Although those guys usually peddle their wares in multiple languages.
Who loves the tourist, baby? Mouth does. Make a nice deal today only. The heat must have got me. Stop me, Lucy. I'm crazy.
Let's ask about that rug.
Remember that rug I gave you?
Yes, truth be told, it kind of gives me the creeps.
Well, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
He wants it back, does he? Just as soon as he buys me the coffee he promised.
any chance I can bother you for another rug?
Did Fatouche send you? Tell him he gets one rug only. That's all. And by the way, this coffee is lukewarm.
Okay, we've got our coffee back. It's only slightly used.
Here's your coffee. I hope you like it, Ziada.
I do. I didn't get a chance to drink it yet.
Okay, Mouth. You wanted food, I brought you food. You wanted a rug, I brought you a rug.
Creepy.
I've done everything you've asked. Now would you please help me get to the banks of the Nile?
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Just as soon as I quench my raging thirst.
Oh, brother.
I like it Ziada, my friend. We'll leave as soon as you return. Parched like a piece of old paper. Drier than my mother-in-law's rump roast. My throat is the desert is my throat. I am no one until my insatiable thirst is quenched. I'm about to try it now. It's lukewarm. Kebab? Kebab? Liquid, lovely liquid. Ah, just the way I like it. Lukewarm. It won't be long now, my friends, until we all drink from the banks of the Nile. Hurrah!
Is it safe? Drinking from the Nile, I mean.
Have you seen a little girl about so high, dark hair?
Yes, I have.
Daddy!
I see. Are you making a boat?
Yes, I am. Out of papyrus reeds.
This is a papyrus reed. Thousands of years ago, it was made into the world's first paper. This is a papyrus reed.
Apparently that man is a ancient papyrus reed, making a papyrus boat in a very sinister manner. And what does the caption under the picture say? Collecting papyrus for a variety of purposes. Oh, a lotus flower. I've seen them. They don't grow just in the Nile, but they stick to very few places. They're very picky about the environment. And while we're at it, let's read about Egyptian villages. They build their houses close together to minimize the land wasted, not under crops. And they heavily rely on the waters of the Nile to bathe, drink, and travel. And they also like to paint murals on the sides of their houses, which may depict their travels, what they saw, say, during the Hajj, the trip to Mecca. It may include the airplane they took to get there. Yeah, Hajj is weird these days. It's all about tradition and the old things. Is there anything about modern Egypt? Is that a burning man? It's the genie. We're back in the land of fairy tales and tradition. This piece is more than just about the genie. It's about the Arabian Nights, the 1001 Nights. It's probably not a very good story for children, with all the gruesome murders and stuff. As far as I remember, the title of 40 thieves, or at least most of them, are murdered by pouring boiling oil over them. And that must have looked and smelled pretty terrible. This guy looks modern. Never heard of him. Naguib Mahfouz. I checked the wiki and he died in 2006 with 34 novels and some 350 short stories to his name. Got a Nobel Prize for Literature and a few of his books banned. Yeah, very political apparently. A bit of a socialist and a bit of an Egyptian nationalist, arguing that the people of Egypt should stand together and unite, regardless of the differences in, say, religion.
This is the Nile. As the longest river in the world, the Nile provides water for thirsty people in 7 countries.
Alright, let's read about the mighty Nile. It's a pretty big river. Yeah, apparently it's the longest river in the world, as it says here right under the picture. And as it's common in most countries, most people in Egypt live only on 4% of its territory. And that's not so great, because now the region suffers from overpopulation. And there is even an explanation of what made Nile so important. But you know that already. It's the usual. The fertile floodplains and the ability to ship armies along the river very quickly. Now Pink will have to ship himself along the river.
This is the Nile. As the longest river...
What's going on over there?
And now, Panther, please, some food for my Lucy.
I don't have any food. I gave you what I had. You ate it.
No provisions for my Lucy? After such a long journey? I'm afraid we must terminate our relationship with you. I'm sorry, don't talk to us anymore.
Mouth, please.
Did you hear something, Lucy? I heard nothing. I'm not listening to you.
Oh, hello. I was going to take a dip, but I'll check back later. Oh.
This is a crocodile. Although it's a cold-blooded killer, it has a 4-chambered heart.
And a 4-stroke engine. Alright, so here we'll learn something about the lovely, lovely crocodiles. In particular, that they almost never eat people. And they were worshipped in ancient Egypt. Of course. What wasn't?
I really need to travel further into Upper Egypt. Can I borrow your boat?
No, my Panther, you've got to get your own. Or hitch a ride with them.
Oh, what's funny?
Nothing. No, my Panther, you've got to get your
Oh,
own.
what?
Nothing.
I can't swim that far. I can't.
What?
Look, Lucy, it's our friend, the frugal panther.
Mouth, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You think Lucy's 3-legged life isn't hard enough. She has low self-esteem, premature hair loss, and absentee father.
Lucy,
Did you hear something, Lucy? I heard nothing. I'm not listening to you.
Alright, let's look for more food.
I guess it's back to Cairo.
Okay, so the camel is a transition between Cairo and Upper Egypt. What was that? It alternates between Pink looking at me and... Why?
Trash collectors in Cairo, called Zabaleen, aren't supposed to use donkey carts anymore, but sometimes they still do.
Here we go, modern Cairo, the largest city in Africa, also extremely dusty and smoggy. And they do mention legendary traffic, ignoring red lights. Lane markings? What lane markings? Turn signals? They just wave their hands. Cairo driving is a form of Brownian motion. But as you see here, the city of Cairo itself is pretty old. Although, I don't think those skyscrapers we saw on the previous page were there 1,000 years ago. And they go on to elaborate that Cairo is a land of contrasts, and that next to all the skyscrapers and the subways, there are also old buildings and donkey carts and children begging for money. I don't think donkey carts are begging for money, but they didn't put a comma there, so yeah, it's donkey carts and poor children begging for money. I checked this claim of 500,000 people living in the cemeteries, and it turned out it's true. There are actually, cheap houses built in the cemeteries. It seems to have started with a tradition to visit the graves of relatives and sometimes stay there overnight. Okay, I've clicked on Muhammad Ali, and now I'm reading about Napoleon. This is the original Muhammad Ali. Not Napoleon, the local guy. And by local, I mean an Ottoman officer. And he killed lots of Mamelukes after inviting them to dinner. Oh yeah, Mamelukes, the warrior slaves who at some point realized that, they were warriors. So why the hell should they listen to anyone? So they took over the country. And then they even talk about Egypt becoming a puppet state of Britain in all but name, and the struggle for independence, which didn't go too well. Pretty heavy stuff, but don't worry, this is the last long stretch of me reading the book in this update. I can't right-click on the new guy, but I can talk to him.
Why so sad, my friend?
My friend Mouth is mad at me.
Ah, you know Mouth? Do me a favor. When you see Mouth, give him this.
What's this?
The Eye of Horus. Protects you from evil spells. He's been waiting for one. I had it on back order. Now tell me, what can I do for you?
I think you may have just saved a little girl's life. Thanks.
Did you take care of that errand for me? Please don't forget.
Hello. What's your name?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo?
It means rooster. Don't ask.
What are you doing?
I ask myself that every day. What are you doing, Cuckoo? What are you doing? Do you think for 1 minute I thought I would spend my life working with the Zabaleen collecting trash? I had dreams. I had aspirations. I could have been a contender, for crying out loud.
Are you dating anyone? I have a friend you might like. Her name is Lucy.
Lucy? Lucy? Three-legged Lucy? Whoa! No! She's the apple of my eye, the spring in my step, the hay in my barrel, the trash in my cart. I'm Coco for Lucy, you hear me? I love that horse. If you see her, tell her I said hi. If you see her, tell her I said hi.
Did you take care?
No, but I expect a reward. It's a magnificent sample, isn't it?
Probably won't make a difference to you, but this is from Peril.
The Eye of Horus. I've been waiting for this, baby. Increases your sales drive.
Humph!
Okay, Lucy, you can wear it. Thanks for delivering that. Here's a little scarab for your troubles.
It must be fake.
And now, Panther, please some food for my Lucy.
Thanks for your help. If you ever need a job as a courier, come see me. Fair price Fadil. Or email me at fadil.com.
That's not a complete address.
Thanks for your help. If you...
What have you got here?
Oh, I was hoping I'd see you again. If you see Lucy, will you give her these?
Thanks, Cuckoo. I bet she'll really like them.
What's a horse going to do with a bouquet?
Lucy, I know you're mad, but I know something that might cheer you up. Do you know a donkey named Cuckoo? Well, he's cuckoo over you. He gave me these flowers. For you. Lucy, won't you help me get out to that boat? A little girl may be in danger.
Okay, let's get this crazy guy out to that fishing boat. And I'll give you one good leg, Lucy. Use it.
What was that about a leg?
Okay, let's get this crazy guy out to that fishing boat. And I'll give you one good leg, Lucy. Use it.
This is a felucca, a fast-moving boat powered by the wind.
We've seen this one. We must be riding with the Nubians now.
Mind if I hitch a ride with you?
Not at all! Welcome aboard my fishing felucca. We're headed further into Upper Egypt towards the farming villages. Ha ha!
Perfection! Bye, Mouth! Bye, Lucy!
This field is full of crops. Egyptians depend on the water of the Nile for growing and the farmers for sowing.
Oh, sorry, forgot about this one. Let's read a little about Egyptian farmers, the fellahin. Like most farmers, they work all day long, but it says here a great problem is getting water to their fields because it rarely rains in Egypt. And the solution to this are irrigation canals and the Archimedes screw. Archimedes really knew his stuff. And another solution is an animal-powered water wheel, which we can actually see in that screen in the game, when we go back to it, eventually. They do not grow enough food to feed all of Egypt, because they're busy growing cotton, which they sell, and use the money to buy food.
This tree is a date palm. Every year it produces 600 pounds of dates, which are a sweet, fleshy fruit. They're the result of pollination by farmers placing the severed heads of male blossoms onto the female flowers.
Pollination by farmers, you say? It's going to be a big job when the bees die out. Ah yeah, we've seen this one. It did have a paragraph on dates. They're pretty good, you know. But Pink doesn't get to try any.
This is a farmhouse. It's located in the Nile River Valley, along with 96% of the other houses in Egypt. This is an oven. Egyptian bread called aish is baked inside.
Is that man carrying all the bread on his head? The dish they're describing here, beans with some garlic, lemon, pepper and onions, is actually very similar to a Georgian dish called lobio. Lobio is more or less the same ingredients, only usually mashed into a paste. And if you're feeling like it, you can also add meat to the recipe.
A date palm tree. Wow, I haven't had a date in years, and I always thought I was rather attractive.
We got a date.
Looks like someone's been working hard.
Ho, ho, ho. Okay, we've stolen a salad from a hard-working farmer family.
Look, a little oven. Reminds me of my Betty Crocker Easy Bake. You should have tried my cuppy cakes. To die for! Look, a little... Chione? I'm sorry, I thought you were...
Want to turn the sake?
Oh no, I was just looking for someone.
The little buckets dump water into the ditch. We use it to irrigate the farm.
Oh, so you're in charge of irritating the farm.
Not irritate, irrigate.
I see, that's just swell. Say, do you know a little girl named Chione?
Her parents don't like her to turn the sake.
So you do know her. Has she been here?
Who are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trespass. Is this your farm? Are you a farmer?
It is my farm and I am a farmer. I also happen to sit on the People's Assembly, Egypt's legislative body. I'm an Aries. I enjoy water skin and mint gum.
I'm looking for a little girl named Chione.
I'm looking for someone to feed my birds, but you don't see me burdening you with my problems. Get it? Burdening.
That mom's got a complete dating profile ready to go.
Won't you help feed the birds? When you feed them, they put on quite a show.
Nope, the birds do not like the salad. We're going to have to feed them dates.
I am a lonely water bird. I'm the size of a chicken. I'm a purple gallinule with loads of ambition. Thank you very much.
I'm a black-winged kite. I make my home chillin' by the Nile. The other birds flock around me trying to bite off a piece of my style.
I'm a pied kingfisher. I dive into the Nile's water to catch my prey. I am an excellent provider, but the chicks still run away.
Maybe it's because you're a predator? Should he even be eating dates?
Thank you kindly. Now I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about Chione.
Have you seen her?
No.
Do you know where she might be?
No.
Can you think of anyone that might be able to help me?
Well, no.
Thanks. You've been very helpful.
Really?
No.
You're in such hot water, man!
It's like your soap.
Huh?
You know, because of the hot water and all.
I'm just a farmer with a jug of water. What can I do? They're not thirsty, are they?
You're going nowhere, Pink Legs.
I'm a kid. What do you want me to do?
There's no escape!
You're going nowhere, Pink Legs. Yep.
So, it doesn't seem like there's anything I can use. Well...
There's
And this is one of those games where some hotspots become visible only when you're holding an item. See? I can use the ground.
You're digging your own grave, Panther!
Come on, guys, jump into it. I can't bribe them with a scarab.
I'm just a...
He's got a salad. Run!
Did I hear that right?
He's got a salad. Run!
Oh man, a salad? Man, I'm starved. I could really go for a salad, man, in a big way. So what? You're trying to tempt me with the salad, man? Is that what's going on?
No, Louie, it's too dangerous.
Just 'cause you know I'm really, really hungry, man.
Step away from the salad, Louie.
I gotta get it, man. I'm starving.
No!
Perfectly good salad gone to waste.
The most impressive use of a salad I've ever seen. That's strange. We don't usually see many pigeons along the Nile.
This is a pigeon. It's the only bird that drinks through its nose. This is a pigeon. It's the only bird that drinks through its nose.
I did not know that. Oh, and apparently pigeons are actually a popular delicacy in Egypt. Split down the middle, stuffed with seasoned rice and grilled over charcoal. Why do they highlight head buried? Let's check out the link. Hindu holy men. Breakdancing.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I came to deliver a message.
How did you get all the way to Egypt?
How do you think I got here? I flew, for crying out loud. I am a bird. Sheesh.
But I thought you were afraid of...
Hello? Not in front of the foreign feathers, if you don't mind. Heavens to Purdue, what in Frank's name is that thing? You are huge!
I am a purple gallinule. I am a water bird.
You look more like a turkey to me, honey. You are truly massive.
So, what's the message you came to deliver?
You know, you have no tact. Did anyone ever tell you that? Sheesh, I mean, come on. How about a little privacy already?
Forgive my friend. Would you mind excusing us?
Not at all. Tell the bird to keep in mind, pigeon is a delicacy in Egypt.
I do not like her. I just don't.
Please, what is the message about?
Dear little Shioni, is she a love? I found this by the lake. She must have meant to mail it to her parents. I figured I'd do a good deed and bring it over for her.
Von Schmarty told me she was so miserable at camp, she ran away.
You don't say. Maybe this note has some information on her whereabouts.
Let me see it.
Not so fierce, Pink Puff. I'm sure you must have picked up a little bubble along the way for me. Something so I know I'm loved. I am loved, aren't I? Not so fierce, Pink Puff. I'm sure you must...
So how do we bribe a pigeon? Apart from, not eating it. Is simply giving treasure to foreigners legal in Egypt?
Now this is what I call waterfront property. Now...
You just know she is going to take it across the border without declaring it with the customs. And then it suddenly gets discovered in the British Museum.
A scarab! You care! You really care! I love it!
Oh no, it's in hieroglyphics!
What are you gonna do?
I'll try to find someone who can help decode this, I suppose.
Does anyone know whether this note really says anything? Or whether it's just an artist's impression?
I can decode it for you. It says, I am happy. She's having fun.
Fun? That doesn't make any sense. Von Schmarty said she was miserable. I better get back to that camp.
Wait, you better take this.
Thanks. Pink to Schmarty. Come in, Schmarty.
Pink, I found Chione. She came back to camp.
And she's happy, right?
No, she's more unhappy than ever.
More unhappy than ever? This doesn't make sense. I'll need jet transport back to Camp Chiliwawa immediately.
I hate people from your country.
My country is better than your country.
People from your country are dumb.
People from your country are ugly.
Isn't it nice to see the future of the modern politics growing up? Man, this camp has really fallen into disrepair rather quickly, hasn't it? Next time, I'm going to poke around the camp some more, maybe find Nigel and give him his secret shame. And then maybe we'll even have the time to catch a jet to some other country.